We are live. Hi, everybody. Quite a crowd. This is an event brought to you by B2B Academy, which is the training division built by NNC Services. It is an initiative we've started in 2020 to support our community with valuable content in marketing and sales. For those of you who haven't attended our previous webinars and events and courses, this is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be educational, but also very interactive. We've actually changed a bit the format today, and we're going to have a few moments during our session to actually interact with each other, to share a bit about our own business and about any challenges we may have with lead generation. Even though this is an AI-related topic, I can assure you that me and my colleagues are really human tonight. So let's have fun. Let's make this very useful for you guys. Feel free to use the chat window to ask questions or raise your hand and come off mute. And let's get going. But first of all, let me introduce myself. I am a managing partner at NNC Services. We are a women-owned marketing consulting company headquartered in Romania, but with offices all around the world. I've been in this domain for more than 16 years. I'm a very passionate AI fan. And throughout the last couple of years, me and my team got the chance to test a lot of tools and processes around AI for our customers who are mostly in the tech industry, but also in other vertical markets. So everything you are gonna hear about today is really based on our own very hands-on experience. In the meantime, please use the chat window to introduce yourself, to tell us a bit about what's working for you in your business with lead generation. For instance, I'm very curious to see what is a good source of leads these days besides referrals. I know many of our partners tell us that events are back in and are a very good source, but if there's anything you want to share, we would be very curious to see what goes well for you. We have an amazing team of speakers today. It's me, my partner Loredana, and my colleagues Daniel and Ruxandra. I am going to let Lori walk you through today's agenda and topics. So, Loredana, take it away.
Hi, hello everyone. Really happy to be here and to engage in such an interesting conversation. I hope that we're going to spend an hour, a very rich and interesting agenda. So we're going to talk about how AI is changing lead generation. I'm going to ask my colleagues to let everyone in if possible. We're going to talk about our own AI lead generation methodology. And yes, as an agency, if we don't have processes and procedures around everything, we're not doing our job effectively. So that's why we have our own methodology, which I hope that it's going to be useful for everybody here. One is going to talk about sales collaterals with AI. I'm not going to disclose what phase 1, 2, and 3 are, but you're going to find out soon enough because these are part of our lead gen methodology. We're also going to have our colleagues Ruxandra talk about AI video for lead generation. then I'm going to share how we do content distribution across social media channels using self sort of driven process and the tool that helps us post automatically anything from writing all the way to distributing the content. We're going to have the breakout on networking, and please use this to ask questions, to interact with each other and to learn. As adults, we learn more when we ask more questions and when we decide what we want to take away in doing our own business. So please use the breakout and networking session to take as much as possible and to learn as much as possible. We're going to have a panel conversations. We had a ton of questions about engagement with AI, personalizing conversation, efficiency, about GDPR and AI and so on. So we're going to try to cover those in the panel. Then Daniel is going to show us how he actually closes the leads. So he brings the leads home with AI. I think that's the most important part. So please stay to the end to get, you know, the most out of this. It's closing basically the process. And then we're going to show what's next for you, because we have for each one of you, we have something in store. Now, Juana, since I think you're still sharing the screen, maybe you can go to the next slide so that I don't necessarily take over the screen right now. Okay, a bit about me. I'm the CEO of Venensis Services. I have a career of more than 20 years in B2B marketing for tech companies, especially mostly B2B. I'm a CEO, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a board member in a lot of NGOs, some educational and business driven. And I'm very proud of being a board member in the Entrepreneurs Organization. This is something really close to my heart. So if there's any entrepreneurs out there, check this out. It's really neat. I have a couple of businesses based in the US, and next webinar actually is going to be about the US market, but we're going to talk about this at the end. I wanted to share with you a few things about the AI and lead generation, and how AI is changing today lead generation. And I think that most of this data is not going to be surprising, but still it's good to have a bit of a context. Basically, there's challenges with AI, which you may be aware of, things like, you know, keeping up with how fast this is advancing, right? 50% in a study done by Rain Group with marketing and sales professionals, 50% of people said that they have a challenge keeping up. And also, one of the main barriers for adopting AI in sales and marketing processes is actually to this overwhelm of AI options and use cases and so on. So there's a lot of challenge about this, of, you know, keeping up with advancements and overwhelmed with, you know, how many choices and use cases and so on. And, you know, like in, let's say, in restaurants, like the better the restaurant, the shorter the menu, right? Which means that when we have multiple options, it becomes very confusing for us and we don't know what to choose. That's why I believe, and I'm not the one inventing this, but as focus is, let's say, the main skill in this century, when we have so many things on the table, it's the same with AI. So we need to focus on a couple of tools that work well for us, and to try to learn as much as possible about those tools. Now, when it comes to benefits, I think that there's a ton. For example, I just came across today on a research compiled by Zipia, and that research was showing that AI-powered lead generation actually produces about 10 times the outcome of regular marketing campaigns. okay? Which means if you use AI in your lead generation, you will get 10 times more the results, right? That's actually amazing. And in fact, some of the top benefits that sales team reports are improving value in terms of how well do we message with the client. So I think it's almost 68, if not even 70% of respondents were saying that AI improves their messaging. And I can tell you this, I like to use examples from my experience. Since AI is here, all of my messages to my peers in the US, in Germany, in France, they're amazing, because right now I can ask Grammarly or ChatGPT to correct my phrasing, and it's much better than before. Then a lot of professionals report that they can reduce time with manual tasks. I think this is intuitive, so I'm not going to go through all of this. I thought that it's a really good perspective to have this, you know, in terms of what's most valuable and how is it used by sales reps. But the most popular AI tools, because we even have a question about this in the Q&A session, the most popular are ChatGPT, Bard, Copilot. So this would be all the class of chatbots. And then email automation and personalization. More than 50% use daily chatbots and email automation in our own field. So in marketing and sales, this becomes the norm, basically. Everybody is using it. That's why our course today is structured around this concept. You'll discover much more in the RAIN group study in terms of, you know, how AI acts as a new teammate, right? We all say this, use AI as a junior, like explain what job you want to be done, and then he will do it for you, and then you can improve on it. Then a lot of sales report how they can uncover the buyer opportunity, right? For example, I may not be able to focus for an hour, or if some client talks with a very slow voice or something, but if I record this with AI and then I go through the notes and I ask it to, you know, summarize the conversation, this becomes really useful and so on. So again, these are just studies, but they all show, you know, that it is a challenge and it is also an opportunity. One more thing before we go into our, let's say, own methodology. One thing that I uncovered was that in this survey, 85% of the respondents did not receive formal training on using AI in their sales role. And in fact, 78% of the people were asking for AI training, okay? Since this is a mainstream tool, since we have, you know, challenges about understanding how to use it not to allow misleading information, how to use it to move faster and so on, I think it becomes critical to train the people in terms of AI, to give them this opportunity to be trained. And we're going to talk a bit later about this specific point. So what's our methodology? Again, maybe Wana, we can go to our amazing methodology. And this is actually, let's say, a brief of how this methodology could look like. It's not surprising for anybody, I think, to figure out that the stages are to capture, and especially how do we generate demand before we capture it. So how do we bring it in our funnel or in our flywheel or whatever we use? Then how do we prove our value to be able to engage the customer or the prospect in a conversation? And of course, how do we convert them? And we tried to take these phases and convert them throughout our course today in such a way that you can use some of these tools and some of these processes perform. Now, one thing that is important to know is that each of these tools, with little exception, can be used in each phase. This is how we decided to explain them, let's say, today, and how to position them. And this is mostly how we use them into the company. But of course, you can use, and you'll see that, for example, our colleague is going to explain how video can be in all stages, or how, for example, you can use, of course, LinkedIn in all stages, or you can use HubSpot in all stages. But today, to be able to structure this concept, we decided to group the main tools for specific phases. For example, ChatGPT, of course, it's intuitive that you can use it everywhere, but I actually use it a lot as a competitive analysis tool to understand, for example, when I have a customer, who's their competition. If I find out who's the competition, then I can see what is the competition not covering, but my customer is covering. Then I can see from that area that they are, let's say, they have a competitive edge. Are they aware of it, or are they not aware of it? If they're not aware, how can we help them go with this proposal, with this valuable proposal to the market, right? So when you see the tools here, usually some people may use them at a very basic level. In this case, ChatGPT would be used, let's say, to write a message, an email message to a prospect. But a more advanced use case brings you even more value, right? If I know who's my competition, if I know what's my offering, if I want to differentiate, if I want to position differently, if I want to uncover new accounts or new market opportunities, if I even used it, for example, to forecast how a target audience would react to different, like A/B testing, right? So I asked ChatGPT to perform as a specific different audience. So there's a ton of specific use cases. Please don't get stuck at the very basic use case, because when you're stuck at the basic use case, you don't get enough value. That's why training is so important. And now I like to jumpstart the conversation today and make it even more practical, and ask Juana to take over and go to our first phase, which is capturing the leads.
Okay, thank you so much, Loredana. So my part of the presentation is really based on the importance of content. We actually have had a debate on how much we should put emphasis on content into today's course, and we realized that the way lead generation is being done nowadays, this is the only way that you can stand out from the crowd. So producing quality content to support your lead generation process and your sales process overall is really key. Otherwise, you will just get into the large bucket of spammy salespersons who send mass emails and so on. And I put here on the first slide some figures from HubSpot's State of Sales report, the latest one, that shows not just how important is sales content to generate leads, but actually to make a sale. And you can see that there's only 1% that says it's not at all important. And I'm sure those guys didn't understand the questions. So it's really key. It's really what differentiates you from the crowd, and its content is really what makes a difference and pulls the balance into actually closing a sale. So Here are some numbers also from the study that Loredana mentioned earlier regarding how you can use AI in order to generate content and what types of content. Creating content for blog posts, articles, or social media posts is, on top. Now, you may ask, how does this relate to the general outbound lead generation? But in terms of generating inbound leads, that's really crucial. Creating follow-up emails from sales calls, tools like Otter AI, Fireflies, and I was just talking earlier with Daniel how much they improved, and they are now covering foreign languages, so not just English, but you can test it with your own native language, and you can see that they're really improved, and that's really a great time saver for salespersons. Creating personalized outreach messaging for specific audiences, and we're gonna go back to that later in our presentation to show you specifically how you can use all that. So there are a lot of ways you can use it throughout the lead generation process. When it comes to content, the sales collaterals you can now build with AI are pretty much, the entire spectrum. So I would say the most used are email templates, sales proposals, but also there are some less known like demo videos, and I'm going to show later on a mini tool, but also Ruxandra will get into more details about how you can generate with AI videos to support lead generation. Sales scripts, lead magnets, customer journey maps, the entire lead generation strategy. So pretty much everything. And now, well, even though ChatGPT is the most common used tool, there are now specific AI tools for each of these parts. And I am now going to show you some of the tools that we use on a daily basis for ourselves or for our customers. And I'm going to try to make this as really hands-on and easy to apply. Most of the things we are going to show to you today are available in the free version or on the minimum package for these solutions. So I'm going to start with a tool which I'm sure many of you have heard of, Grammarly, who is previously or previous to the AI hype used, just for proofreading your messages, the messages you send to your prospects. But I'm gonna show you a use case of Grammarly on how to improve your outreach messages. And I'm going to try to pull this in full screen. So I just copy pasted here a very, dull, standard, very spammy message. I set up some goals depending on what I want to use it for. I said it's a business context. I want to convince the person who's getting this email, and then I set it as standard. And now in Grammarly, you may not know, but there is a generative AI button on the right, and here I can start prompting Grammarly to improve this message for lead generation. And I want it so that it's more likely the recipient will accept the meeting, which in B2B is key. And now Grammarly is starting to come up with some improved versions of this message, which initially was very spammy. Now it's a bit more customized. It's a bit long, I would say, but you can further retry new versions or prompt it further to come up with a more refined version. So this is, let's say, a very basic way you can use a well-known tool as Grammarly just to support your outreach messages. And you can, build templates based on that, so you can use them further. Oh, it's back again. I will go back to my slide. There are some other ways you can use this. Grammarly has an already built-in extension for Chrome and other browsers, so it's going to be quite easy for you if you are doing prospecting and lead generation to pull it up when you are sending out a new message. Here is another tool. Also, it's a less known case where you can use Canva, which is typically a design tool for lead generation or just throughout the sales process. And there's an interesting tip we've been applying into our projects, which is the convert doc to DAC. And I use it for a case where you have a very dull old proposal, you know, in a doc format that you want to transform into a PowerPoint and to either send it to your leads or, you know, just use it throughout your sales presentation. So I have uploaded that doc. So just take one of your old, let's say, proposal templates. Now I'm going to open it in Canva. So you can see here, it's a standard Word document with a lot of text and so on. And there you have this magic button, which is called Convert Docs to DAX. And then you can get started. It starts creating the presentation. Now, if you have your brand, you know, preset into Canva, then it's going to take your brand details, your brand colors, templates, and so on. If not, then you can use some of the already existing styles. And let's see, perhaps we're gonna choose a more colorful one. It really looks quite raw right now, but the very interesting thing that it does is that it really takes the entire text into that very long document and puts it into a presentation format. So there it goes. And now you can further, you know, customize it by adjusting the color palette based on your brand or maybe based on your prospects' brand colors. It's very raw, obviously, and you need to do a bit more work to customize it and take out whatever you don't want in there. But it really saves a ton of time because prior to that you would have just have to, you know, go through the entire document and copy paste each page into a slide. Okay, now let's go back to another tool you can use into the lead generation process, and this is one of our favorites. I know we've showcased it before in other webinars and courses, but it's amazing and it's constantly evolving. I'm just gonna click play and show you how it integrates with targeting a prospect on LinkedIn. So I used Loredana's profile here. You see already on the right part, this is the add-on, the Chrome add-on. I can see Loredana's personality. Crystal Knows uses the disc system for personalities, and you can see now that if you need to email, for instance, a prospect, you can select what you want to achieve, and then you will have some pre-made snippets, pre-made templates in order to build a message that is really customized based on the personality of the prospect. It has a lot of interesting features. You can actually pull out playbooks, like for instance, I'm in the discovery phase with Lori, and now I want more information about, you know, how to set expectations with her and gather information and so on. And the most important part is that you have a ton of pre-built templates here, depending on what you want, you know, what's the call to action or what you want to achieve. You either need a call sales speech or perhaps you want to discuss pricing concerns and so on, you already have a ton of templates here in Crystal Knows. And now the most important thing is that this tool has evolved so much, and it now integrates with many CRMs like HubSpot and Salesforce and others, so you can actually pull Crystal Knows expertise into actually building a more, mass market campaign through a CRM or throughout your database. So these are just, a few of the tools we are using. And just to set up the stage for my colleague Ruxandra, I'm going to show you another one. It's called Synthesia.io, and this is a video maker. I'm going to show you first how it works. It's quite easy. In this case, Loredana has used ChatGPT to, first of all, generate a speech to be put into a sales video. So you can obviously mix them up. And then she entered the video script, and you can put it into any language. You have to select, sales pitch or compliment or whatever other intent you have. Then you just need to fill in your data, your name and your email address, and then you will get the video in just a few minutes, and you would be amazed of how interesting it looks. And once again, this is very raw, but once you detail on the prompting or you play around more, and I'm going to show you the exact video. Oh, no, this is just a second.
I think it's the link under the video.
Yes, it's the link under. I just need to take out, yep, my bar here, it was covered. So there it goes.
Maximize your B2B tech business impact in the US with our special lead gen package. Just $5,000 your total for 3 months unlocks 1,500 monthly prospects and a 20-25% conversion rate. Start now.
So amazing, right? What you can do with just a copy paste from ChatGPT, and obviously there are a lot of avatars out there. Like I said, it's really raw, but this is just a glimpse of what you can do with such a mix of tools. And it really makes you stand out from the crowd when you are including such a video, perhaps into your campaign, into a follow-up message with one of your leads. And now, to raise the game even further, I'm going to pass the mic to my colleague Ruxandra, who's going to tell you even more about video content for lead generation and sales. Ruxandra, take it away.
Hello, everyone. I'm really excited to be here and to present to you a magnificent tool that made my life as a marketing specialist really, really easy. I'm talking about InVideo. Let me just share my screen with you. Okay, so I'm Ruxandra David. I'm a digital marketing project manager at NNC Services. I have a long career of marketing and project management behind me, and a couple of successful marketing projects that I coordinated. Also, the most important thing from this slide, from my point of view, is my passion about enabling businesses to stay ahead in today's competitive marketing world. And one way I'm doing this is by using AI tools for all activities that are that are good for AI use. So today I am going to talk to you about how you can use videos for attracting leads, and more than this, how you can sprinkle some AI magic to your video content. We think that video creation is challenging and costly, which was something accurate since forever. But today, it's only a myth. And I will tell you why. Because using tools like Synthesia or InVideo, you can make videos faster, easier, and cheaper. And I will really show you how to do this in just a couple of moments. You can use advertising videos to guide your audience through the sales funnel step by step, yeah, because we're talking about sales leads. And these are a couple of questions that I advise you use before starting to create a marketing video. What is the purpose of my video, for once? What do I want my viewers' action to be, the call to action button, or if it's not a button, just a phrase in the video. And where is my target audience at the moment, in the top, middle, or bottom of the funnel? All right. Then I will get right to the attractive part of my presentation, which is actually demonstrating how you can use InVideo. Just a second. So here you will see that I fast forwarded a bit, but all that you will see in the following minutes took me about 9 or 10 minutes to make. Yeah, so even though it's fast forwarded now, just take this into consideration. It's very simple and easy to use. This is the interface of InVideo. InVideo is basically a tool that gives you a start in creating a quality marketing video. So as Juana already told us, we can't take it for granted. It will not generate in 10 minutes a video that can actually be used as it is. We have to edit it a little, but it saves us a lot of time and money. So here I will demonstrate how I did a little marketing video. I entered here a script, not a script, a prompt. A script is something we will see a little bit later. It's very important to tell the AI how long you want the video to be, the domain, yeah, the industry, and the name of the company. Also, it's important to tell the call to action, because although it's intelligent, it's not that smart. Yeah, you need to give it some hints. Here, you can choose your audience, the tone of voice, and the platform that you will use your video on. And based on this, AI will generate a video for you in just a couple of seconds. Now it's generating. It's not really that fast. It actually might take you a minute to generate it. And
in a world where invisible threats lurk, CyberHut, your UK-based cybersecurity sentinel, stands guard. With relentless cyber attacks, cunning email scams, and rampant internet credit card fraud, your assets are under constant siege. Proactive protection is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. Don't leave your security to chance. Protect your assets. Visit cyberhut.com today. Safeguard your tomorrow with CyberHut.
Okay, so this is a video I generated in just a couple of seconds. Yeah, it took me a while maybe to write the prompt, which, as you have seen, is not a very large amount of text. And you can also use ChatGPT to do that. It's very accurate and creative. So yeah, I encourage you to test it out. It's not fabulous, but we can edit it. That's the good news. And it's very simple to edit and it's very intuitive. Yeah. So just to make a summary of what I did, I wrote a prompt, I inserted it in AI, in the AI generating tool InVideo, and then it generated a video. Yeah, the first video it generated. Now let's see how we can edit it. Okay, I'm inserting now a voiceover with a New York accent and a male voiceover, yeah, because it was a female voiceover with Indian accent.
In a world where invisible threats lurk, CyberHut, your UK-based cybersecurity sentinel, stands guard. With relentless...
Okay, I will just go back a little. This is how you generate another voiceover. You practically have here below the video a chat box with the AI, and you just give it a command. you will see that most of the time, the first command may not be interpreted well by the AI, which happens. As I said, it's intelligent, it's smart, but not as a human being. So if it doesn't understand what you are telling it the first time, just write the same thing in other words and click generate again. And then you will see that it finally works out. I had a little bit of luck, and for me, it worked from the first time. And I changed, as I said, the Indian woman voice to a male voiceover with New York accent. Okay, let's see what we can do further. Come on. All right, so now I entered the manual editing platform behind the video, and here is where you can edit the scenes. Here above, you have all the scenes. When you click on them, you will see that the text from the voiceover is highlighted below. You can replace them from InVideo library, which has iStock photos and videos. Just click on them, then search here in the bar, and click on the video or photo that you want to replace it with. You can also change the duration of the scene from above. As I told you, the highlighted text over here is a text that the voiceover says when you are at the scene that you're clicked on. Now I'm just making some edits to make the video look better. Yeah, so a couple of clicks just. And it inserted the new videos and the new photos that I selected in the video. Okay, now you can edit also the script. The script is generated by the AI based on your prompt. You can edit all things related to the script. You can edit titles and also the text. Keep in mind that if you edit the script, AI might feel the need to change some scenes. So it's best you edit the script before editing the scenes. Here, you have a button where you can undo changes. Here you have the option to see in different resolutions. To use a high resolution, you must also have a very performant PC, because otherwise it consumes a lot of resources and it might go a little slow. And here you can export your video. Yeah, you can export it in different resolutions with AI branding or without, and with selected type of watermarks. This differ based on your subscription. So maybe if you have a free account, you don't have all these options, but if you have a subscription, an annually or a monthly subscription, you should have all these options over here. Then to export your video, you click continue, and you will have your video in InVideo platform. You can download it and use it on each platform that you wish. So yeah, this is InVideo. I told you this took me about 10 minutes to make. It's really easy to use. You just have to get the hang of it. So just make a free account, explore it a little bit, and see if it's something that's suitable for your company. Okay, well, I think I'm done over here. We can move on now. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Roxandra. We also had a couple of questions. We've addressed some on the chat pane, but also Anna is asking if you managed to test InVideo for Romanian.
No, I did not. I only tested it in English, but it's something that I can test. It made me curious. Thank you, Anna, for your question.
And also Juana is asking if you can use your photos to create videos.
Yes, of course, you can use your photos and you can also use your videos. It has an upload button there. You are not obliged to use the stock photos or the stock videos that they offer. You can, of course, use them and consume some of the credits you get when subscribing. But yes, sure, you can use your own materials.
Mm-hmm. And another question from Anna, do you require a subscription to iStyle?
To iStyle, no. No, it's not related. It's not related to iStyle. It's a standalone subscription.
iStock, sorry.
iStock, no,
Probably
it's
stock
a
photos, maybe. That's the question. I don't know.
you have some credits when you subscribe to InVideo. You have some credits that you can use to buy stock photos and videos. You don't buy them exactly, but when you use them in your videos, you consume those credits, and they will actually be allocated to you once a month. So you have 80 credits or something like that. You can use stock videos and photos, but with a limit. Yeah, and you don't need another subscription for that, just to be clear.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
We're a bit behind schedule,
You're
but I'm
welcome.
going to try to be very, very brief, although as I was guessing, actually, let's see, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So I was guessing that actually content is going to be the king, even for lead generation, because I think that all of us are, wondering, this is the first stage, how do we get more content, how do we get better content, and so on. So I think that my colleagues made it really easy to produce valuable content. By the way, I think that we cannot outsource everything to AI. So at least the creation piece of, what's the thinking behind it, what's the creative, it still is something that resides with professionals. Now, in here, I'm actually using an AI tool to distribute content, because of course creating content is valuable, but if nobody sees it, then we spend our time, or money or efforts without getting the return. And the return is when we expose this, right? In the engagement phase, getting your content spread out through as many channels as possible is the most important thing that you can do. And when I say channels, please don't just use LinkedIn. Even if you're B2B, the way, for example, SEO works these days is that you need to have channels like even Google My Business, where you publish news and so on. This is a tool called Okoya that you can integrate with quite a lot of tools, but especially with your main social media channels. It works with pretty much any social media mainstream channel, and you can create automatically, as you see, social media posts. So what I did here, if you've missed it while I was talking, I'd like to go back a bit just so that you understand what is happening. So in here, I created a very simple post, actually a prompt, a very simple prompt, like even I didn't thought much about it, of what I want to achieve. I picked the template, and this also integrates with Canva, so you can access your own brand kit, for example, from Canva, but I used just like the generic one. We're trying to make it really simple and easy to use for all of you. So I picked a template. I said what I want done. I decided, which channels I want to post on. And actually, this is the draft, the really, really raw content that it gave me. Then I can go and customize this, right? So it gave me like 3 options. I choose the one that I thought it's the closest to what I want to achieve. And then I went, edited that post. Again, I checked, which channels I want this post to be published on. And then I also schedule it for posting. Now imagine that this can be done by pretty much anyone. So you can have someone going in there, deciding what they want to write about, customizing a template that's already there, and just pushing, you know, a button to publish it. It took under 2 minutes. Again, I have not used any advanced prompting technology or anything up there, and the result is quite satisfying. So it's not rocket science. Because we don't have time, I can't really go into the other pieces, let's say, that I had prepared for this segment. But I think that we're going to have a Q&A session at the end, and we can perhaps dive deeper into this. Let's move forward to our next topic, and our next topic is one of the most interesting ones, as I mentioned, or equally interesting, of course, and that is panel talks. And in panel talks, we mentioned that we're going to address questions that we received in the forms. And in the form, actually, we had a question about what is the most recommended AI software for B2B industry, and how could we create value by using it? So, Daniel, do you want to take this over?
Yep, I can take care of this. Well, would be really nice to have a single tool for that, you know, and the straight answer for this question. Everybody recommends their tools, to be honest. So, but yeah, there have been some trends. We have seen some trends, okay, and the big players clearly have their word in this. So for the B2B industry, the most recommended AI software varies by business needs. But some key players include Salesforce's Einstein, IBM's Watson, Google Cloud AI, Azure AI, Amazon Web Services with AI, because these platforms have enhanced CRM, decision-making, customer service, and operational efficiency, you know. So it all depends where do you want to apply the AI. You can create value with AI and B2B, but you need to improve customer experiences. You need to improve customization, personalization. I cannot honestly advise you to use a single tool at this moment. Just to be very thorough in your due diligence and conduct a proper audit of your business processes and decide where and which provider you should implement. But I did give you a few ideas.
Yes, I know that you're going to talk a bit about ChatSpot, so I'm going to preview this saying that the best tool is the one that you use and integrate with all the other tools. Of course, ChatGPT that Daniel mentioned is a really good one, but also HubSpot or other marketing automation tools that have integrated quite a lot of AI and can integrate with other tools. Those are great as well.
Exactly. And the ones that your people learn to use the fastest way, you know. So.
Yeah. So Daniel, how do we improve email marketing with AI? And AI that increases opening rate and click-through rates. How do we improve email marketing with AI? That's the question that we got.
Coincidence or not, this is also a tool that I'll be talking about today, and it's called MailChimp with improved AI capabilities. Okay, so an email sender that is able to enable personalization, optimizing the send times, and it's able to enhance content relevance. So what it does, it actually create dynamic content based on your user interactions, and I'm going to showcase exactly how you can do that. You can also segment your audiences based on behaviors and preferences for targeted emails and targeted campaigns, and you can determine the optimal sending times based for each recipient's time zone. Also, you can can automate the A/B testing for effective subject lines, or use some predictive analytics to guide content creation. So based on that, clearly just make sure that you reach your right audience at the right time with the right message with these tools.
Okay, great. Thanks for the tip. We have a question for Ruxandra, since she talked about video and AI with video. We heard about different assets, and AI-generated video seems to be top of mind for everyone. In which phase of the lead gen funnel should we use AI-generated video? So what do you think?
Well, in all the phases. That's the correct answer.
Okay.
Yeah, we should use AI-generated videos in all the phases. But we should also take into consideration the phase that our audience is in when creating the videos, right? So we talked about, when I started my presentation, about how we can actually, let me just share my screen.
Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead.
How we can ask ourselves a couple of questions just to be sure that the goal of our video is clear. One of those questions was related to the phases which our audience is in the funnel. So just to be more clear, here we had the top of the funnel, yeah, or tofu, just to make it more
All the
easy to
vegetarians over here.
remember.
It's not the vegetarian tofu, yeah.
No, it's not, but it's easy to remember. So here we have to have longer videos, and by longer videos, I am referring to 30-60 seconds. Yeah, so this is a long video. All right, just keep this in mind. We're not talking about minutes of video, and it's based on a cold audience approach. Yeah, so just think of a customer that doesn't know you exist yet. This video, which is longer, is for him or for her. It's for that customer to get accommodated with your brand. Yeah, it's for that customer to find out about your brand. It's to raise awareness. So it has to be a little bit longer. If you want to go for a warm audience that already knows who you are, yeah, a customer that may be a prospect that maybe didn't buy from you yet but knows about you, then you should go with shorter videos of a maximum of 30 seconds. The goal for this is to help the audience make a connection. The call to action could be get in touch with us, or book a meeting on Calendly with us, etc. And if you want to approach a hot audience is someone who is at the point of buying but didn't buy yet. Yeah. So for those customers, you need shorter videos. 5 to 15 seconds of videos, just to give them a push for them to make the purchase. So yes, we can use AI-generated content, video content for all the phases, and I advise to use it.
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So, and another question was, how does AI overcome GDPR issues when helping to generate leads? Now, that's not necessarily a question for a marketer, but I can try to answer this. Okay, so GDPR is a set of privacy rules and regulations. Of course, that AI can be used in a reckless way. And we've seen in the initial stages of using AI how a lot of data was leaked to the public channels from private companies, okay? Now, the AI got smarter, or the developers hard-coded some safety rules, and we are seeing new policies, especially from the EU, so the European Union leadership is right now trying to regulate how GDPR is affecting AI. And we're going to see some really hard set rules about how AI can or cannot disclose information. We already saw a trial where a big brand sued AI for using its logo in the generating the new images. And before, for example, I could name my GTPS HubSpot. Right now, if I program a new GTPS, I cannot name it HubSpot or I don't know, McDonald's or something. I have to name it a more generic name, or I have to give it my own name. So that's why I'm saying that this will soon come to town. Again, I think this is more of a question for someone that does GDPR audits. Of course, that from my point of view, if you know the data is sensitive, don't put it up there. There's ways to use specific learning management tools only on your data in a closed environment. So some tools that are just implemented just on your own data. The next question is, how can AI be used for account-based marketing? Oana, would you want to take that? I know this is your specialty.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Loredana. So there are a lot of ways you can use AI for ABM, and you can use it throughout the entire ABM process, you know, from account definition, identification, so the initial steps when you identify your target accounts. You can use generative AI to build some very neat buyer personas and buyer profiles, which is the key to starting an ABM process, up to creating personalized content, analyzing a lot of data to understand your buyer's intent, and so on. Most of the ABM platforms and software tools out there are currently developing AI features. So make sure you follow them and you identify a good solution for your business. I just read very recently about a case study, a software company called Coupa, who tested AI into their ABM strategy like this. They actually integrated IntelliMice, which is a solution to customize the web experience, so the website for your visitors. And they wanted to integrate it with Demandbase, which is a database with buyer profiles and so on. And they did that. And the goal was to provide a very, very personalized website experience. So imagine that you have a list of target accounts and you want each individual buyer, decision maker at each company to access a very customized version of your website that's like, you know, just built for them. So this is for you, Oana Lefthard, this website is built for you. And they did that. They integrated IntelliMice with Demandbase, and they developed 28 separate homepage experiences with every industry they were targeting. And even more, they had variations of the headline, logos, and images. And they reached to about 600,000 versions of their homepage running at the same time. And they did the math.
6,000, did I hear correctly? Oh my God, that's a lot.
And so basically everybody in their target, you know, database was, you know, reaching their individual customized website. And they did a math and they said that they actually were able to complete an equivalent of about 240 years of A/B testing by doing that. So this, you know, this little story perfectly illustrates how effectively you can incorporate AI into ABM, which was, you know, previously known as a very manual and time-consuming activity. So a lot of ways out there.
Thanks, Oana. we have one for that was dedicated to Ruxandra. So, dear Ruxandra, David, in your experience as a digital marketing project manager, which AI tools have you come across that can help with reporting from a project management point of view, and how effective are they in automating cumbersome tasks like the report generation in a creative marketing agency environment? So yeah, that's a challenging one, Ruxandra. Let's see.
Yeah, what I can tell to the person that addressed that question, what I feel you. I find the activity of reporting very dull myself. So yeah, this is something that I thought about a lot, and I investigated several tools. Sadly, I did not get to satisfying result. I don't automate my reports, but I use a couple of tools just to make the process more easier. One of them are the assistants that I've seen you already have, the AI assistants that assist your calls, yeah, your meetings, your online meetings. They are really helpful. The one I use the most is read.ai, because it also records the video and it makes a summary, and also it generates some points for a to-do list after each call, which is very useful for me, and it saves up a lot of time. And another tool that I use in some of my projects is Trello. I'm a big fan of Trello. This is for organizing tasks, and of course, by organizing the tasks at the end of each month, you can extract from there a report. It also has the ability to automatically manage the recurrent tasks, so you don't have to manually introduce them all the time. So this is something that also saves up time. But just to be clear, I didn't find the perfect tool for automating reports. I'm still searching for it. When I will find it, I will propose a webinar about this topic, because I'm sure there will be many marketing specialists and professionals interested. Since we are creative people, we don't like very much reporting. So yeah, I can understand that.
Let's build one, Roxana. Let's put this up there in the public domain, and let's use, our smart minds to do this, assisted by AI tools like Bubble and things like that. I'm sure we can do a good one.
Yeah.
We had a question in the chat pane. I received it in private, but I said I'm going to address it right now. How to generate email lists of cold connections and then mass mail them using MailChimp or some other tool. You can check out on the B2B Academy website. The latest podcast that Daniel did was about this, so you will get quite a bit of information. But maybe, Daniel, you can share just a bit of glimpse, and then you can step into your topic, because we're amazingly late as usual. We're so happy that this is useful and we get a lot of questions, but we hope we'll get to the end before everybody jumps off with our tasks. So please, Daniel, go ahead.
I'll have to increase the speed of my videos. Let's see, I'll talk faster. What can I say? So if I got the question right, is how we can use MailChimp to mass email our subjects, or is that?
Basically,
yeah,
generating the cold list of connections in the industry which I'm targeting, and then which tool do you recommend to mass mail them? So yeah.
Okay, Rohit. So to generate some lists, I would recommend Apollo, which is a way cheaper. Even in my breakout room, I talked about Apollo as well. Is a way cheaper solution compared to ZoomInfo, for example, and it gives you more or less the same information. It starts, I believe, at around $20-30 per month, something like that, and you are able. It's called Apollo.io. I will write the let me see over here. So you have the link as well in the chat
We're
panel.
not affiliated in any way. The tool is like really, really cheap. And I mentioned it also in our breakout room. So
Yeah,
coincidence,
yeah.
you know,
They
or
should
not. But
these people should start paying us. Yeah.
yes, but you know, like at $50 a month or $100 a month, it's not very expensive.
Yeah, actually, this is directed at everyone. We're all here to share from our experience. We're sharing tools that we use every day. Would be nice to be affiliated with them, but we are technology agnostic over here, so don't be surprised if during our next webinar, maybe we'll be talking about some new tools that we've tested and figured out that they work. Rohit, in terms of sending the messages, I would recommend either MailChimp, Sendinblue, SendingFox, and even some niche tool that incidentally I know the owner, and it's called SalesForge. It's not Salesforce, it's SalesForge. Feel free, I left my LinkedIn profile over here. If you want more details about these tools, feel free to drop me a message in private. I hope I managed to answer your question.
Okay. So
perfect. So I'll be booking up a meeting with you, Daniel, and thank you very much.
You're most welcome, man.
So Daniel, take it away and let's see you closing all of these nice leads.
All right, let me share my screen. Okay. There we go. So I won't bore you with my intro. My name is Daniel, around 15 years of combined IT sales and marketing experience. I'm a new business leader over here at LMC Services, very passionate about IT, passionate about automating a lot of stuff, and passionate about making my life easier using these tools. And also, I like to save stray dogs from the streets when in my free time, so I did an NGO for that as well. Cool. Let me, okay. 1 second. All these sharing panels from Zoom really make it difficult to hit play for these videos. 1 second.
Yeah, I mean to share it.
Would be best. I think it opened in my browser as well. 1 second. I'll just have to switch the
sharing settings.
Yeah. There we go. So as you can see over here, I'm in a demo account of HubSpot. And this is the main page. You will see clearly once you have this dashboard set up, you can find data as well. I use the demo account just to not mess with the chatbot that we currently have installed for LMC Services. You can find it in the HubSpot. It's free, so it's included in the CRM starter pack that is free with HubSpot. You'll find it in the Conversations tab. Over here they have some templates, but you can clearly click on Create Chat Flow. And as HubSpot already got us used to, this is very user-friendly. So you can either put it on your Facebook Messenger, on your website by just with just a few clicks. And with that, clearly you can have a live chat that can be trained for your website visitors. Okay, so you're getting these leads, but maybe there's nobody there to pick up the chat or the inquiry. And clearly, there's many types of bots that you can install. There's a concierge bot, there's a quality leads bot, there's a meetings bot, there is an out of office bot. Clearly, if your product or service that you're providing includes some servicing or some maintenance, there's a tickets bot that can record tickets for you and give people an estimate of when they will be resolved. Clearly, a knowledge base and support bot, people can ask questions and it can automatically reply. And an offline bot in case nobody's at the office, or you can either you can start from scratch. I mean, HubSpot has introduced these chatbots ever since 2018, if I'm not mistaken. The new the new technology that brings them to life and makes it easier clearly is AI and machine learning powered. Really, so you have this build module where you can set the welcoming messages and links to your knowledge base, and on top of what it was already able to do, so just reply to some questions and being triggered by some keywords, now it can also access a knowledge base and be able to summarize or give you exact detailed answers to your questions based on the knowledge base that you provide to it. And it's all safe, exactly like Loredana was mentioning earlier. You have this in a closed environment, and it's not over there to the public, or you decide what you put there to the public. As you can see, it can automatically assign it to other owners. It can ask the prospect from the beginning for the email address or contact details in case nobody else replies or nobody is there at the office. We actually have this on our website as well, so feel free to test out how we manage to train it. Then you have this target area, so you want to choose the pages that this widget will appear on. Maybe there is some special promotion that you have to you want to push forward, and you only want to have this on that specific landing page, and on that landing page to be able to be triggered by some actions of the users on your website. So the user has clicked on a button, maybe it has filled the form, maybe it has spent 2 minutes something on the web page, so the chatbot appears and says, hey, I'm seeing that you are looking at this offer, or you're constantly reading this offer. Would you like to get in touch with Daniel, for example, and get more information? Basically, these would be, so you can customize it on based on the platform that the user is joining. You can, as you can see over here, decide when the chat flow should appear to visitors is another area that can help you select that. So you select a trigger on some exit intent. If, like I was telling you, if the user has spent a few minutes on the page or some time that you select over here, and percentage of the page scrolled, even that. So many of these triggers are able to better customize and your chatbot, and better address, like I told you earlier, your lead. The website visitor is an inbound lead. Better address it with the right message, and not get lost in all the other special offers that you have, or all the other content that is present on your website. Like I told you, I'll be fast over here, and I'll switch to the MailChimp demo. Share. There we go. Okay, so I'm in my MailChimp dashboard. I'm also using a free version of MailChimp, like I told you, even for HubSpot's chatbot. Many of the activities and things you can do with the free version. Over here, I have skipped over the sending plan of 500 contacts, so this is included in the free version with MailChimp, but it's not relevant to this demo because we're not sending anything. I just want to showcase a little bit MailChimp's new AI capabilities. And like I was mentioning earlier in the questions I got about being able to use AI for commercial mass mailing and other promotional activities. This the new and improved MailChimp has an area that is called create. So simply create, and over there you have a creative assistant, which is actually powered by AI and is able to create these posts. And I will show you exactly like Loredana was showcasing earlier with Okoya. MailChimp is able to do that as well. So, but we'll start with regular email. So regular email, clearly is no longer something that you need to compose by yourself or start to figure out some really neat subject lines or things like that, because MailChimp has these AI capabilities, and as mentioned earlier, it's able to optimize your content and help boost this engagement by being able to either segment your contacts. Clearly, as you can see over here, we have the purpose of this email. So even based on that, or the industry that we're addressing, or the style, MailChimp has already some templates in style for us. And earlier, I even uploaded our website, so it already picked up, and our logo, and it picked up our color tones, all our branding. It's like creating a small branding manual and adapting these templates according to our brand. As you can see, I did not do this over here. It was automatically generated, and everything that you can see over here, whether I want to set up a monthly newsletter or just a notification, as you can see, I get all these examples of how my email should look like. All these templates, clearly, that I can later on edit by going into the Creative Assistant and clearly using just this drag and drop capabilities that all the major players now use, making it very, very user-friendly and very, very easy to edit. Again, I have the version for desktop and for mobile. I can see exactly how this is going to look on my mobile as well, and I can decide what type of content and how much I would have to use. Switching to templates. I'm gonna skip a little bit because I played a little bit with this drag and drop options. Like I told you, over here on the left side, you'll have the options to edit and see exactly how to do it. But I would just like to skip to okay. Cool. So I'm back at Create. So now I want to go to Creative Assistant, okay? Go to Creative Assistant. And besides the emails, now I can, like I told you, I uploaded my logo. I added the color variety, okay? And now I have this, like Okoya is able to do for you. Over here, you have the same, depending on the format that you want to use, whether you want to make a Facebook post, an Instagram post, a Twitter, or things like that, next post. And then I can select the sizes, and I can use the same template just to be able to use it for any type of platform that I'm interested in. I have a Facebook post, and I can select it from here: Twitter, LinkedIn, and everything else. So it's very easy to use the same template and have it customized for all the platforms. This is not necessarily meant to convert your leads, because the emailing part is good for that. But I thought that it's very useful that at least you're paying for the license for MailChimp. Why not benefit from all its capabilities?
Amazing. I didn't even know we can do that. Thanks. Yep. Thanks so much, Daniel.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, amazing. So what's next for you? First of all, we have an amazing event of how to outpace the competition with AI-powered digital events, because in the last phase, you can use AI-driven webinars in the conferences and courses like this one to get more opportunities and to get actually qualified leads. And we will share our formula. We'll talk directly on a case study with numbers that we did. This is just one of the many that we did, but we're going to share step by step of tools we used, what numbers we got, why, how did we optimize the campaign. We used paid campaigns and so on. Now, also, so please do go to that link. My colleagues are going to paste it in the chat, and do register. And another thing that we have in store is, I see many people that get lost on the lead generation track, meaning they discover one tool, but by the time they learned how to use it, another tool comes by, and they go from learning to learning of new tools, but don't focus. Initially we said that focus and training your staff on AI. This is the most important. Your staff or yourself, of course, we're the main ones that we need to train. These are the two things that we need to do. Now, we wanted to shortcut this, and we are offering now a special package, 3 months package for starting your lead generation. This is specifically geared to US, but it's not just US. We also can generate leads on other markets. For other markets, do reach out. For US, we already have a specific process and a specific formula, and it's a really low, let's say, budget and investment to see how well AI lead generation is working for you. So do see the presentation of these packages. Again, our colleagues are going to guide you. Daniel already shared his meeting link, and I shared mine with a few of you that asked for it. We'd love to continue the conversation.
We're looking forward to hear from you guys, the audience that was here today. And like I mentioned into my breaking room, we are always here to help, no matter what our relationship is, even it's commercial or just a friendly one. So feel free to reach out whenever you need advice, you have a challenge with your marketing or sales. Use LinkedIn, use our email addresses, and we'd be glad to help you.
Same story over here. And guys, do jump on the AI train if you haven't done this so far. This is not just a wave. It's here to stay, and it's here to evolve.
Again, AI is like this brilliant baby. Do jump on it, but like with the safety net, like do check what it produces. Don't leave it up there by itself alone. It's gonna hurt itself or us. So do make sure that you have people that can help and can show you how to use it and can put it to work the way it should be, and so on.